From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, February the 11th, 2021. Another possible treatment in Israel for the coronavirus is reporting success. Israel's Channel 13 News reports that the experimental drug Laureate, developed at Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem, completed its Phase 2 trials. Laureate is used to treat serious and critical COVID-19 cases and reported a 90% recovery rate of 20 seriously ill patients that were treated with the drug. The head of one of Hadassah's coronavirus wards and chief scientific and medical officer at NLEVEX, Professor Dror Mevorach, who developed the treatment, told Channel 13 that it is useful for serious and critical patients because it can prevent the need to ventilate them. And that's the major goal. Because the moment you go into ventilation, he said, the entire situation changes, complications rise, and it's more difficult to treat. The drug now begins Phase 3 trials to be given to over 100 people. The student government at the University of California, Irvine passed a BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions bill this week, demanding that the school divest from several companies that do business with Israel. The Allgemeiner reports that the bill passed Tuesday 19-3. The bill claims the demands have nothing to do with Judaism and is not anti-Semitic, though it repeatedly refers to Israel as an apartheid state, a claim used by anti-Israel activists to delegitimize the Jewish state and its very existence, as does the BDS movement as a whole. The American Jewish Committee called the bill an appalling display of ignorance, tweeting, "You can't just say that the anti-Semitic thing that you're doing isn't anti-Semitic. That isn't how this works." A statement from the school said that the resolution has no impact on its operation, nor does it reflect the university's views, and is not aligned with the investment policies of the University of California. Also saying that the school's chancellor, Howard Gilman, is already on the record opposing Israel boycotts and saying that the campus has created specific initiatives to address anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic forms of anti-Zionism, adding that UCI's leadership assures its students and the community that it is committed to providing a welcoming environment for its Jewish students, as well as those of all faiths, and expects discourse that is respectful to all members of our community. Well, acclaimed Jewish director Steven Spielberg is this year's Genesis Prize Laureate, which honors extraordinary individuals for their outstanding professional achievement, contribution to humanity, and commitment to Jewish values. For the first time ever, the Genesis Prize Foundation included the public in its decision-making, and 200,000 people around the world voted. The foundation, in its announcement yesterday, noted Spielberg's great achievements in film, with, they said, key Jewish themes often woven into his narratives, like the importance of identity and belonging, maintaining humanity in a ruthless world, caring for the other, and honoring the moral obligation to do the right thing, while also noting Spielberg's work to preserve the memory of the Holocaust and his years of public advocacy and philanthropy.
A uniquely generous philanthropist. His film, Schindler's List, educated millions about the horrors of the Holocaust. He then created the USC Shoah Foundation, recording 55,000 genocide survivors and witnesses, making sure the world never forgets. With his wife, Kate Capshaw, he established the Righteous Persons Foundation, inspiring social activism through Jewish values. And he supported countless other worthy causes over the years. Steven Spielberg is the 2021 Genesis Prize Laureate.
Israel's President Reuven Rivlin extended his best wishes to Spielberg, writing his unique creativity, resolute opposition to anti-Semitism, and dedication to Holocaust remembrance inspire us all. Dear Steven, Rivlin wrote, you bring great pride to the Jewish people in Israel and around the world. A German university has a new center for Jewish studies, the Buber Rosenzweig Institute for Modern and Contemporary Jewish Intellectual and Cultural History, is now a part of the Goethe University in Frankfurt, named for philosopher Martin Buber, who taught at the school from 1924 until 1933, when he was dismissed by the Nazis, and for Buber's colleague Franz Rosenzweig, with whom he established the Free Jewish Teaching House in Frankfurt. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, February the 11th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 8, UTJ President Rabbi David Novak talks about the need for creativity in Jewish law with regard to intermarriage and conversion. At 8:30, musical performances from the legendary Saul Zim and cantor Lisa Klinger-Cantor, honored by the Academy for Jewish Religion, from Congregation Sharei Tikva in Scarsdale, New York. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Dr. Aaron Ben-Zeev to talk about the psychology of love on L'chaim. At 10, Dr. Ruth Westheimer, Professor Atita Grossman, and author Robert Beachy review the German Jewish contribution to understanding human sexuality. That's from the Center for Jewish History. And coming up next, Shachar Azani speaks with Yifa Siegel, Executive Director of the International Legal Forum, on the significance of the International Criminal Court's recent ruling about extending its jurisdiction, bringing war crimes charges against Israel, and the implications. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, February the 11th, 2021. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.